Hey guys, I want to show you how to clean or deep clean your Dyson vacuum cleaner. So this is the one we have. It's really good for pet hair. Now what you do obviously is you can take this part off and clean the lint trap here. So you just push this down a few times to get all the caught hair out. Now as you'll notice, you can kind of reach in if you need to pull any out. And on this little gasket here, this is actually pretty dirty because we've sucked up some things that were maybe wet or damp. And this is an easy way to just clean this portion off. Now with water alone, it may not get it. It is getting some chunks out. I just have a wet paper towel and I'm cleaning the other parts here. Now, a lot of times your vacuum cleaner will kind of smell weird or musty. I'm going to use a half vinegar, half water solution that I made, and I'm just going to spray this on the gasket, and I'm going to spray it on a paper towel, and I'm going to reach inside and kind of clean out the dirt tray here. Because a lot of times stuff sticks to the side, and that's kind of what's going to create that musty, damp smell, which can actually harbor bacteria. So now you want to let this sit for probably 20 minutes or so, then clean it off, which is some hot water, and then you're going to want to dry it as well because you don't want that water buildup inside your lint tray, and then you go ahead and vacuum and it gets stuck back again on the sides or the gasket. So this looks pretty clean. We've let it dry, we've kind of dried it off. And as you can notice, up on the very top here, this is the screen that kind of filters out items, and you can see this area here is clogged. So we're going to pull some stuff out, and this is what could be causing some bad smells as well. It has like a packing peanut that was clogging this up along with some items behind it. So you want to make sure this little hole here is free and not clogged up. Another thing you can use, I'm going to link these down below. It's just a pair of long nose curved pliers, and this is great for reaching down into things. I use these probably a few times a month, and I just love that they're super long and curved at the bottom. But you can see there's items clogged up behind here. Really just lint. It was that packing peanut that got caught sideways in here. So now this is pretty clear and clean. So we're going to go ahead and clean the filter. Now the filter is pretty easy to clean. You just pop it off, you turn it counterclockwise, it pops off. It will actually let you know when it needs to be cleaned because it won't let you vacuum. It'll kind of give you a warning light or symbol, and you just clean this off with water. I like to angle it down, and you just clean it off in the sink like this. Give it maybe 10 or 11 spins, and you'll be able to see this water spigot symbol. You won't be able to see that when it's super dirty. Now you want to let this sit, they say, for 24 hours. What I like to do is just take a paper towel, kind of not too hard, but just kind of wrap it around, and so it'll soak and you can actually put it on sooner that way. So say it's been 24 hours, you pop it back on, turn it clockwise, and you're ready to go in that perspective there. Now the actual tube here, you're not going to get a ton that's clogged up in the tube, but you just want to look down into the tube, make sure nothing's clogged up in there. You're actually going to get more of a clog down into this bottom portion here. And I'm going to take some long nose pliers again. Like I said, I'll link them in the description, but any really will do. And you can just reach down and grab some items. This one's not too bad, but if you do get a clog, it'll kind of be in that little pivot portion where the ball is, or in the skinnier portion up top here. So, and you can come from the bottom as well. And if you see some items, just take your pliers or your hands if you can reach and get those out. You can also use a wet paper towel. Now, this one is actually pretty clean right here, but a lot of times hair can build up on the spinning brush, and you can get it with your fingers or scissors. But if you do need to take this out if something's kind of clogged it up where it's not spinning, you can take a flathead screwdriver, turn it counterclockwise here. This brush pops out, and this just sits on the actual spinning rotor mechanism here. And you can actually clean out underneath this also. So I've got my vinegar spray as well. I'm just going to clean and spray that. Let it sit for 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes, let it do its work. And while it's sitting, this portion here you're going to want to check, the actual spinning connector piece, because this gets a lot of gunk built up. You can actually see I'm taking my flathead and reaching it in here and just kind of pulling this dust and debris out. And if you get it too much here, it's not going to be able to spin because it's going to be kind of clunking up that area. Now a trick here to actually get underneath on the little film portion is to get a paper towel and move it around with a tool. You can use the pliers or the Phillips flathead and just pull it back and forth. And once it's cleaning all this, you can bring it back out and use it to clean the rest of the portions that you can actually reach by hand. So that's what I'm doing here. And it is getting a lot out kind of on that little see-through screen. And you can get out the rest of the hair from the brush. And you can probably even replace this brush because you can see the rubber brush in the middle is kind of worn down. But we've had this Dyson for probably 5 or 6 years at least, and it's still running pretty good. Probably does need a new brush at some portion, but when you're done, you just pop this back in through the little hole and push it so it's flush. And then you just take the flathead and turn it clockwise until it locks. And you just want to make sure this spins freely and you're good to go. You go ahead and just pop everything back into place. One key thing is you want to make sure everything dries before you run it again, because if you're going to run it and the stuff gets stuck to the walls, you're going to come into the same problem. I hope this video helped, guys, and I am linking this down below.